some trouble because of the security. I didn't expect that. The FTD has set up a security to prevent others from getting in, and that's preventing me from logging into from the second computer. So anyway, I can still just show you how things work just by using this setup. So here's my presentation. So let me start with this. Welcome everybody. I'm Professor Coogan, Thorai Coogan from Math Department, Math and Computer Science actually. I'm going to be presenting this material for you. Tools and techniques for remote teaching, basically. So basically, I'm going to show you how to work with various devices and software to to make this work. So let me share my screen right now. So sharing screen. All right, here we go. So tools and technologies for remote teaching, that's our topic. So in our classroom presentation, we like our students to hear us and view the material we are presenting, and also see what we write on the board. So these are the things we like in a classroom. Now, in the Zoom presentation, so hearing is not a problem, and material you can display on the screen and share the screen so they can see it. Then the writing can be only done on the whiteboard of Zoom. The whiteboard of Zoom has various problems. So either you had to type or you had to write with the mouse. You had to move the mouse to write, and both are very, difficult. You cannot do a good job of writing with the mouse. You may have tried it, and I have seen other instructors doing that, and that's why I decided to offer this session, because I know that there are better ways. So that's why I'm doing this. Obviously, writing with the mouse is extremely difficult and cumbersome, so there is a much better way. So here is the question: can we write freehand as we teach on Zoom? Yes, we can. And what we need to do is mirroring the screen. Mirroring the screen to another device. And then basically, let me explain what mirroring means. You are basically displaying a copy of the screen of one device on the screen of the other. Now, you may have done this with your TV. You can mirror your computer to the TV and vice versa. So this is common. I mean, people do this all the time, but there are some who are not aware of the use of this for teaching purposes. So that's why I'm trying to explain this to everybody. So when we are teaching with Zoom, one device is going to be obviously the computer where the Zoom is being used. And so the other device has to be a touch sensitive device, such as the iPad or any tablet device will do, Android-based tablet device. And then you had to use the Whiteboard software to write, to do the writing. The Whiteboard software is, there are so many different ones. I'm going to show you some of them. There is the one I like most is one online. It's not a software you download, it's a website. So I'm going to demonstrate all those different things. So the two things you need are a mirroring software and a whiteboard software. So let's see, the mirroring for handwriting. The mirroring for handwriting can be done in one of two ways. You can mirror the computer screen to a touch-sensitive device, such as iPad. And if you do that, then you have to run the whiteboard software on the computer. So the whiteboard should be on the computer if you're mirroring the computer to the iPad. You can mirror the opposite way. The touch-sensitive tablet can be mirrored to the computer. And then if you do that, then your touch-sensitive device has to have the whiteboard. And whiteboard software on the tablet is easy. There is one that comes with it. Notes can be used for that purpose. Notes is available on iPad, also on any Samsung device. So that can be used. I was going to demonstrate that with the Windows environment, but I'm not able to log on from Windows, unfortunately. Right now, I'm working with the Mac. So I'm using a Mac right now, and I have an iPad hooked up to it. And I will demonstrate that first, and then see if we can go to the Windows computer. I have the Windows computer on my right. This is the one I was trying to work with, but I'll do that if I manage to log in through that computer. So anyway, let's proceed with this. So what devices can be used as touch-sensitive devices? Well, I already explained that, so let me explain again. iPad is the best, actually. It works, iPad and the Mac combination works the best because they're both from the same manufacturer, and they seem to be working perfectly together. But Android device can be also used with, Android device seems to be working best with the Windows, not so well with the Mac. So writing, when you want to write, you can use fingertip in most cases to write. But Apple Pencil with the iPad or stylus pen with the Samsung device would work better. It will be much clearer to write and easier and faster. Obviously, if you try writing with the fingertip, you will see that it's not going to be as good as writing with the pencil. And also the connection between the computer and the tablet. I use a wired connection. That's the best, but you can actually connect wirelessly. All you have to do is connect both devices to the same network, same Wi-Fi network. Then they will detect each other. But I connect by wire to avoid any problem. Problem would be lag. There may be some lag depending on how fast your internet connection is. So it's best to connect by the wire. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly how they're connected in my system. So let's go to the mirroring software. So the software, two software you need. One is mirroring, the other one is whiteboard. Now, fortunately, you don't have to pay anything for these software. Plenty of free ones are available. There are some people selling them for some money. They're not expensive. They vary from $1 to $10. You can buy. I didn't try anything that cost money because no need to. So I'm going to show you the free ones, and then you can try some other ones. The ones that cost money may be better. I don't know. I didn't want to try any of them. So anyway, you need one mirroring software. I'm going to tell you what what is available. You can download for free. And I'm going to demonstrate some of the combination of the devices. So let's see, Apple computer and the iPad combination. Like I said before, this is the best combination. Well, at least well, I find it best, easiest to use. The mirroring software that I'm using is Astropad. Astropad is free. You can just download by Google searching. For your computer, only if you're using Mac. Astropad is not available for Windows, and even if it is available, it's not going to work as well as it works on the Mac. So if you're going to use Windows, I have another mirroring software. I'll recommend that. I'll mention that later. So Astropad can be downloaded by Google searching. So you had to download, for the computer, you had to download by Google searching and then install. And then you had to find it for the iPad. For the iPad, you had to go to the Apple Store, the App Store, and download it from there. And it's called Astropad Standard. So now that has to come from the App Store. So have them available first. And then when you're ready to use, just run them on both devices. So I have the, I'm going to be showing you that in a minute. So let me show you how I have the iPad. So I have this iPad. It's one of the latest iPads. Wire connected. This is USB-C connection right here. The other end is USB 2.0 connected to the Mac. So just the wire connection with the USB port, wire connection to the USB port is the best. Wi-Fi can be used, but not as good. The Apple Pencil I'm using, this is the latest pencil, second generation. So I'm going to be using this setup to demonstrate first. So let's see. You need a whiteboard software. So let me explain that. I'm going to demonstrate that. I'm going to show you exactly how they work. But the whiteboard software that I'm going to use is called AWW App. AWW App Online Whiteboard. So like I said before, this is not a software you download. It is a website that will work as the whiteboard. So let me, yeah, I'm going to show you how to get that whiteboard. Then after getting the whiteboard set up, you need to, you just make the connection between the device and the computer. The mirroring software has to be executed. So the mirroring software I'm going to use is the Astropad. So I had to run Astropad on both. All right, so let me show you how to get this, the whiteboard first. So let me go to the screen. So here is Google. I'm going to Google search AWW app. See, it shows AWW app whiteboard, and that's the one. So like that right there. That is your whiteboard. So just visit that website, AWW whiteboard. So this is my whiteboard. So let me move that to the side. See, this is where you're going to write, but you can resize this. As you can see, you have some tools available on the left. I'm going to show you when I start writing. So let's now go to the mirroring software. I have Astropad installed on this computer, so I have this icon at the bottom right. You can see on my screen. Let me run that here. Astropad is running, and I had to go to my iPad. And on my iPad, Astropad icon is showing here because I have it installed. So I just have to run it here just by selecting it. As soon as I execute on my iPad, you can see that my computer screen is mirrored to the iPad. Entire computer, the part of the computer screen, not the whole thing. So iPad is showing the portion of the screen, and I'm switching to the whiteboard. Okay, and now I'm also, if I click at the Astropad icon, it shows me exactly what portion is mirrored to the iPad. I can change that, I can move that around, move that to any part, the part that is mirrored to the computer. And also, I can resize it. So you want to make sure that the portion that you have mirrored is showing the whiteboard. So I made sure of that. See, that's a portion that's shared. By clicking at the Astropad icon, you can see which portion of the screen is mirrored. And then you just click anywhere that highlighting goes away. So you can see the whiteboard on the right side. And now I'm laying down the iPad. So the iPad is basically laid down on my desk. And that is the easiest way. That's a convenient arrangement for writing. So now all I have to do is use my pencil. I can select the tools. The tool I need right now is the pencil. And I start writing. I'm writing on the iPad. And I can okay, that's crooked because I was just trying, but you know, you can write very well, easily. And there are tools to do other things. Here's the eraser tool. So if I choose the element eraser, then it'll erase much faster. So let me just write something else. You can change the thickness of your writing by choosing that. So there are other, so there's eraser I just showed you, and then there is a selection tool. So using that, you can select any area and press the delete button. That'll delete that area. And colors, different colors can be chosen. And after you choose that color, your pencil tool will only use that color. Okay, so there are some other nice features with this I wanted to demonstrate here. So let me open a document, just to show you how to work with documents. All right, this is a worksheet that I use in my classes. So I'm going to use this worksheet to demonstrate some things you can do. Let's say you want to copy something from this document. You're presenting this document and you want to copy something like this picture. I'm using keyboard to do the copying. Copy, and then go to the screen, paste, and you can enlarge it, reduce, and then move it around, place wherever you want. And once you place it, you can use your pencil and do everything you need to explain. So whatever you want to explain here, you can do all that right there. So you can copy and paste any portion. You can even copy and paste the entire page and then write on it. Can we bring the entire document into this? Yes, you can, but there are some advanced features that they don't want to give free. So the AWW white sheet, the whiteboard, they require you to sign up and maybe pay some money monthly to have those advanced features. And this is one of those advanced features, bringing up the entire document on the whiteboard and then explain everything on that document. You can do that and you can write on the document after downloading. But I found that to be unnecessary, but this copying and pasting these pictures seem to be useful. So I do that all the time. So here's a table I want to copy. So on the screen right now, I want to clear this screen. So here's how you can clear the entire screen fast. You select this trash can and then click at clear page. That clears the entire page. Now I copied this table, so I want to paste that table right there. You can resize it and then move it, place anywhere, and then you can write within that, write anywhere on that picture. Those are the important features of this whiteboard. But I want to show you quickly how the other things work. So let's close this. Let's move on with this. So this is the setup that I just explained using Mac computer and the iPad. They work together very well, and nothing else works better than that. So let's move on to seeing some other things. So you can have only a portion of the screen for writing, and the other portion will be showing other things that you want to display. Can we use Samsung tablet for this? Yes, I tried it with Samsung tablet, but the mirroring software you have to use is Let's View. Let's View is also free, and you can download that on both, and then they will work together. Let's View is useful also for Windows, Mac, for anything. It works with the Mac and the Windows, so either computer can be used. The other thing is when I use the Samsung device on the Mac, I am able to mirror the computer screen to the Samsung device, but what I write on the Samsung device doesn't show on the screen, on the whiteboard on the screen. So that's because of the different technologies. So that's unfortunate. The iPad is the only one that really works well for that arrangement. But you can go backwards though. You can use Let's View to mirror the iPad or Samsung to the computer screen, the opposite direction. So if you do that, it works, but let me show you what the problem with that is. This is a picture of the setup that I have been showing you. But let's move on to see how, if I use Let's View to mirror the Samsung device to the computer, this picture shows you that. I don't have the time to actually demonstrate that, but you can see what the problem is. The on the table, I have the Samsung device, and that's been mirrored to the computer screen, and you see that on the screen. Right here, you can see better. Now, what's wrong here? The mirrored screen is so small. You know, I can write on it, but the writing space is very small. So you have limitation, basically. But you can still work with it if that's the only device you have. So remember, here the mirroring was done in the opposite way. The Samsung device is mirrored onto the computer screen, so it occupies a very small space. And now, what is the whiteboard? Notes. Samsung has the notes, and you run that, and you can write with a stylus pen. Can you work with the Windows? I was going to demonstrate that, but I couldn't log into the meeting from that computer, so I'm going to just show you. I have everything on pictures, so at least you can see the pictures of how they work. So the best setup you can have is the Mac with the AWW whiteboard and the iPad. Nothing works better than that. But if you have to use Windows, then you can use mirroring software called Let's View, I just explained. Using that, the Let's View allows you to mirror either way. Mirror the computer screen to the iPad or the other way. So if you mirror the computer screen to the iPad, a Windows computer screen to the iPad, it'll work, the mirroring will work, but then when you write on the iPad, it's not going to show on the computer screen, not for the Windows, because the Windows computer technology, the write sensitivity technology or touch sensitivity technology is different from the technology on iPad. So they don't seem to work together. And same thing with the Samsung. Even if you connect the Samsung and then mirror the computer screen to the Samsung, then still your writing is not going to show. So the only way to make that work is to go the other way. I will show you that in a few minutes. But before that, let me explain something else. Some of you have the Windows computer that is touch sensitive. You know, the Windows computer comes in touch sensitive screens, and so some of you may have that. If you have that, you can write on that screen. So here's that setup. Have your presentation on the left half and have the AWW app whiteboard on the right half. Then you use any stylus pen. So I'm showing you right now a stylus pen that's just purchased from Amazon. This is not it doesn't have to be charged or anything. It works with most devices. So this can be used. Or when I use this setup of having a WW whiteboard on the right side, on the touch-sensitive computer screen, Windows screen, I was able to use any writing device, Apple Pencil or Samsung stylus pen, or even this aftermarket stylus pen. Any stylus pen works. So basically you're writing on the screen. And so that's better than nothing, but is it convenient? No, the problem is, reaching out to the screen and writing on it while presenting your material is strenuous on your hand, and that's the only problem. But that is an option with the touch-sensitive screen. If you have your computer has touch-sensitive screen, then you can do this this way. The mirroring the touch-sensitive tablet. I already explained the mirroring the Windows computer screen to the iPad or Samsung device is not helpful because you're writing on the pad, on the iPad or tablet, is not going to show. So only way to do this is to mirror the other way. iPad or Samsung tablet can be mirrored to the Windows computer. So to do that, use Let's View. And if you use Let's View, then here is how the process works. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you, I'm not able to demonstrate, so I'm going to just explain. Have the computer and the device connected, again, by wire would be best. Wireless will work too. So connect by the wire and then run the Let's View on both devices. For the computer, you have to download it by Google searching. And for the iPhone, you have to go to the App Store and get it. For the Samsung device, you have to go to the Google Play Store and get it. But it's free, so download it on both devices and then execute it on both devices. When you have it executed, it'll ask you this question. It'll have the two options at the top. Let me see, I may have the Let's View here. All right, so there's Let's View running right now. You can see on this. Now this is Let's View is going to work exactly the same way on Windows. So if you follow my instruction, you'll be able to work with Let's View on the Windows. So here there are two choices: phone screen mirroring, computer screen mirroring. If you select computer screen mirroring, that means you are asking to mirror the computer screen to the device. They're calling it phone, but it's actually any device. If you choose phone screen mirroring, then you're mirroring the other device, iPad or Samsung device. So I'm going to choose phone screen mirroring. And then I'm going to have to run that same software on the iPad as well. So I have to quit from Astropad right now. Okay. Okay, on the iPad, I'm running the same software now, and I'm selecting phone screen mirroring. And as soon as I do that, notice that it's asking to go to the control center. So I need to show you how to do that. Some of you may not be familiar with the control center. I can get the control center by just swiping from the right corner, and that's the control center right there. And there I need to select the screen mirroring. And then it'll show me the computer that is connected to it. And I select that computer. And it's done. And now it is just get out of that. And I'm selecting, no, it's connected now. The iPad is mirrored to the Mac. Now, if you are using Windows, it'll work exact same way, and your iPad will be mirrored. When you're using Samsung, you don't need to go into that control center. It's faster than that. It'll connect directly. No need to go to the control center. But we have it connected now. So you can see now what we have. Let me just shrink this window, shrink my whiteboard. I don't need any of that. So here is the screen of the iPad mirrored to Mac. And on the iPad, to be able to do the writing. Now, the reason why I'm explaining this is this works on the Windows as well, this setup, using LessView and the Mac or Samsung device. iPad or Samsung device works with the Windows. So I'm getting out of this now. And on iPad, so we are looking at the iPad mirrored to the computer screen. The writing software, the whiteboard, has to be on the iPad now. So on the iPad, most of you know the notes right there. This yellow icon represents notes. I'm running the notes. Notes is right now showing on the screen. I'm going to move that.
Hey, Professor Coogan?
Yeah.
There's a question in the chat. It says, does the software need to be downloaded on both devices?
The LessView mirroring software has to be downloaded on both, yes.
Okay, thank you.
For the computer, you had to Google search and find it. For the iPad, it's in the App Store. So once you get that, only problem is it's small and you cannot resize it. It doesn't allow you to resize. That's the only problem with this. But I can choose the pencil. And now you're working with the iPad, the notes on the iPad. So you choose the color here, and you can write. Okay, let me. So to choose the writing, to find a new page, you had to click at the pencil tool at the right, and the pencil tool also comes up. You have eraser, you have pencil selection tool right here. So the notes has, plenty of tools that you can use. So let me use the marker, and then you do that with the pencil. You can write. The you can choose to switch to drawing with the finger right here. So a variety of things are there to do. The only disadvantage with this setup is small screen for writing. Writing part is limited. So other than that, it works well. Now, again, let me remind you, this setup works on the Windows. And also, if your computer's resolution, if you're familiar with the resolution, if you change the resolution, then you can make this larger. When the resolution is high, the screen is smaller. If you change the resolution to lower resolution, then the screen will get better. But then, we don't normally want to do that. So right now, this mirroring Let's View, mirroring with the Let's View is what I have shown you. So those things, what I should show you is also explained here. I don't need to go over that. I just demonstrated that. So depending on the device, sometimes, when you're trying to make them connect, there may be some window that's asking for your permission and things like that. Other than that, depending on your device, other than that, everything else should work exactly the same way it worked here with the Let's View mirroring. Now, if you are using a Mac, then using a iPad and using this setup that I showed you first is the best. There's nothing better than that. But if you are working with Windows, then this setup works. The Let's View mirroring software and iPad or Samsung. In fact, I found Samsung to work better with Windows than iPad. The iPad is designed to work with Mac better than Windows. So if you're using Windows and if you don't have a device to write with, then I would recommend going with the Samsung device. Samsung Tab 6 is what I tried, and it works well. So any tablet with Samsung, any tablet from Samsung should work. These I have already demonstrated this. And so if you do this with the Windows, you can see my picture shows you exactly how the Samsung device comes up on the Windows. It comes up much bigger than it comes up on the iPad, the Mac. You can see in this picture, the Samsung device is mirrored to the Windows computer, and it is a lot bigger space to write. The only explanation I have for the larger display is lower resolution. My Windows screen has much lower resolution than the Mac, and that's the only explanation I have. So anyway, it works good with the Mac. You are able to write. And when I connect the iPad to the Windows, you can see it's about the same size display, and the writing and everything works. But I felt that the Samsung works better with the Windows than the iPad. Yeah, go ahead if you have any questions.
Yeah, there's another question.
Sure.
Professor is saying that she has an iPad and a Windows desktop,
Uh-huh.
and they use any of the mirroring apps to share a spreadsheet.
I'm sorry, one more time. What's the question again?
I could just read out straight for you. I have an iPad and a Windows desktop. Can I
Yeah.
use any of the mirroring apps to share a spreadsheet?
Spreadsheet, yes, of course. If you mirror the screen, if you mirror the iPad or Samsung device to your computer, anything you open on the Samsung device or iPad is going to show on the screen. You are seeing the exact screen of the device on the computer. So what you open on that device will show. But what you open on the computer is not going to show on the iPad. You're not mirroring that in that direction. So what you open on the computer is not going to come or show on the iPad or Samsung. That will happen only if you mirror the computer screen to the iPad. But mirroring the computer screen to the iPad is not going to help with the writing. No writing can be done in that setup. But you can open anything on the computer screen that will also show on the iPad if you have the computer screen mirrored to the iPad. Like I said, with this Let's View mirroring, you can go either way. Computer screen can be mirrored to the iPad or iPad can be mirrored to the computer screen. Only problem is if you mirror the computer screen to the iPad, your writing on the iPad is not going to show on the computer screen in the Windows environment, but it'll show in the Mac environment. Okay, so let me just explain how they compare. The iMac and the iPad combination with the AWW app writing software, that's the best. Nothing else works as good. In the Windows, you can only go one way. You can only mirror the device to the computer. The other direction doesn't work. So if you mirror the device, then the device display is smaller, and also it cannot be resized. It can be moved around, but you cannot resize it. So that is the problem with the Windows environment. So if you have Windows, what device works best? Samsung tablet works better than iPad. And Samsung device is cheaper than iPad, so you should go with that if you're using Windows. Now, there are other mirroring software, but the mirroring software, changing the mirroring software is not going to help with anything. There is what is called super display, and that costs you money, like I think it costs you $10 one time, but I didn't try it. I didn't want to pay that even that much because there's no reason for that. The biggest problem with the Windows mirroring is that the device mirrored to the computer is too small, but no way around that. Changing the mirroring software is not going to improve the situation. Use any mirroring software, and with the Windows, you're going to have to settle for that smaller display. That's the only thing. That's basically everything I needed to explain. You can feel free to email me if you want to have a copy of the PowerPoint presentation here. It has the details of pictures and also the names of the software, all the details. So I can email that presentation if you like. Just send me a request to my email address right here. If you like a copy of the video link of this presentation, then you have to contact TLC. They will be happy to send you a link. I can answer any question if anybody has any.
Professor, there's a question in the chat. It says, I just tried to find the Astropad in the App Store for iMac. Do I have the right name?
Yeah, Astropad for iMac. Yes, that's right. I can do the search.
It was not there. It was not there. It did not show.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Can you try it?
Let me go to the
App stores.
All right, let me do the search myself. Hold on.
You did not go to the app stores? I thought you went to the app stores.
Astropad for Mac, right here.
Okay, it's not in the app stores.
No, that's not in the App Store.
Okay, my mistake.
Okay, only the one for the iPad is in the App Store.
Okay,
All right, the one for the computer has to be downloaded from Google search.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so remember the software Astropad, also the list view, the version for the computer has to be downloaded from websites. So Google search and download for the computer. For the pad, iPad or tablet, you had to go to the store. So the same software, Astropad, is available for the iPad, but it has to come from the App Store. Also Samsung, for the Samsung, you had to go to the Play Store. The same software is there. So download on both devices, then you'll be set. Any other question?
Excellent.
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you everybody for joining this presentation. Feel free to contact me if you need assistance, if you need my assistance in finding the software or setting them up for teaching purposes. I'll be happy to answer the question. I can even set up a Zoom meeting if necessary. Feel free to contact me. And again, if you want this presentation, I can send it to you if you make a request. All right, so I'm going to close at this point. Thank you all very much. Feel free to send me email requests or questions.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Professor Guhan,
Yeah.
if you could really put this in the chat for us, we can download your PowerPoint so that we don't have to be troubling you all the time. If you could save and if you could really give us that download so we can really download from here.
Download which one? I'm sorry.
Your PowerPoint.
The PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to post it somewhere and then give you the link? Is that what you're saying?
The thing is, you can download. There is a file. There is a place called file, and you can really download that. We can really access the file from chat.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that.
Because all of us can do it right now. So.
Okay. All right. So let me stop sharing here and go to file. File, yes, and
Professor Coogan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made you the host because right now I have to host another session. So I will be leaving and you could still send the PowerPoint in the chat for the rest of the participants that are here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you
all for joining. And thanks a lot for the presentation.
Yeah. Thank you for helping me out.
All right, no problem.
Yeah. Bye now. Okay. I'm going to put that. Yeah, right here, the presentation, open that. All right, it's still opening, so it's just hold on.
Sure.
So, Mangai, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. I'm busy.
Yeah, I remember you.
Of course, you should remember me.